everybody, welcome back to the All Things Good channel and to this week's video. I hope you're all doing very well. Happy Sunday to you. A warm welcome to any new subscribers and a warm welcome if you're not a new subscriber, and thank you for returning. Well, what a busy week this one has been, but started lovely with bank holiday last weekend. I actually had a day off on Monday and it was really nice just to do things in my own time a little bit. And I've had a little bit of a sort out and just, potted about in my own time. And I don't get that very often. And I really, really enjoyed that. Plus, hold on to your hats. The Invisible Chef is back this week. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, he is. And not just with one meal, but with three. Kind of 3 in 1. Very interesting. He decided to do a bit of an extravaganza for his comeback. And so he's done 3 delicious Persian dishes for one meal. All will be explained later. And actually, there's 4 because he also adapted one for a vegetarian option as well. So all that's coming up for you. But this is the All Things Good channel, as you know. Now, like you, my life isn't always good. And that's the whole point of this channel. It's about going through all the things we have to go through, whether they are upsetting, mundane, boring, normal, happy, joyful. We run the gamut here, don't we? Let's face it. But it's called the All Things Good channel because what I try to do, and with your help, and what I hope this channel gives you, is sometimes when things aren't so good, is a way of getting through them, and getting through them with community, getting through them with positivity. We've all been through so much, haven't we, in our lives in so many different ways, and are continuing to do so in many respects, that we sometimes have to just give ourselves a break and think, do you know what, we're quite blessed and generally all things are good. So anyway, this week has been a real mixed bag for me. And I'm not going to ramble on about it anymore. I'm going to let you sit back, have your Sunday morning cuppa or whatever it is you have. Enjoy this week's video. Let's get into it. It's Bank Holiday Monday and I have a day off from work. And it's actually quite a sunny day, which is lovely. But I generally don't go anywhere on a Bank Holiday Monday. And it's a bit of a tradition, I suppose, because when we were kids, my dad would always say, right, everybody in the car, let's have a day out, and we'd inevitably just spend most of the day on the motorway or on the roads. It was always really busy and he would get really frustrated in the car and hated traffic jams, so it was always a bit stressful, really. So of recent times, I've always kind of thought to myself, Bank Holiday Monday is the day that I'm really not going anywhere, preferably not do anything. Well, not anything, but just, it's very rare I get a day in my own home for a huge part of the day. So although I'm doing jobs, I am really loving a day at home today, and I'm pretty much makeup free as well. As you can see, I've just got a little bit of mascara on and a tiny bit of lipstick. And I thought, you know what, I can't be bothered to put any makeup on today. I'm just going to have a home sort of relax, potter about in my own time kind of day. I've still got lots of washing to get through, a lot of which is Nancy's, aka Mom. And I think I've figured out part of the problem that's going on over at Mum's, and took her out for a bit of Sunday dinner rather, tea time on Sunday. And when I went to pick her up, she said, I'll just get changed. And she was gone for about 10 minutes, and we took her out, had a lovely meal, came back, and I'd got some clothes that I'd washed and dried and hung up. And I said, I'm going to pop these back up in your wardrobe for you, Mum. When I got upstairs, we've got the same problem we'd had last week, where all the clothes were piled up in a mess on the bed. I thought, oh no. And then I realised what she's doing. So she can't decide what to wear, it would appear. So she's getting things out of the wardrobe, trying them on. I also think that a lot of clothes are now too big for her because she's lost an incredible amount of weight. She's putting things on and thinking, no, don't want that, taking it off, throwing it to one side. No, don't want to wear that, taking it off, throwing it down. Then she finds what she wants to wear, goes and does what she does, whether that's come out with me or she's gone downstairs for the day. And when she's going back upstairs, she doesn't realise that the clothes that she's been trying on and left on the bed are actually clean, but just in a bit of a disarray. And what she's then thinking is, oh, look at all these dirty clothes on the bed, piling them all up and putting them out as washing. And I think that's what's happening. And I think that's why she's got so much washing. When I went over yesterday, I found a pile of so-called washing she put in the porch, and half of them were the clothes I'd given her clean the day before. But those ones I hadn't hung up, I'd put in a pile. So, okay, let's accept the next challenge, and that is not only to help her do her washing, but to make sure that when I've done it, I actually put everything away in her house. Otherwise, she doesn't realise it's clean and dry. I think she thinks it's washing, and we're washing the same things over and over again, and we don't want to do that. So there's a little period of change going on, and I think it's come upon me. I say it's a bit of a shock, and it shouldn't do really, because I should expect with Alzheimer's dementia disease for things to be changing. I don't think I realise that sometimes those changes can literally happen overnight. And this last couple of weeks, it's been like that, and it's been a little bit emotional. And at times I've got a little bit upset because I've gone, oh no, you know, what's happening? Where is mom going? And it's been a bit tough, actually, quite emotional. So what I've got to do is just think for today and think, right, this is what I need to get through today. This is what I have to deal with today. I can't be worrying about what happens. But if there's a change today, I've just got to adapt and go with it. And know that it would appear that some of these changes are literally going to happen overnight. So we all need to pull force a little bit in the house. Now I've got a full house and everything's changed in such a quick period of time. In my household, Paul moved in. Adam's come back from 5 years at university. It's different for them. There's an adaptation for everybody. Plus, I'm now adapting to mum and her household, and everybody's going to have to kind of pull suit and be in it together. And I'm sure we will, and we'll find a way. And that path will, you know, probably just happen organically and naturally, and we'll all start doing what we do, you know. But yeah, there's a bit to get through today. So yeah, it's a bank holiday anyway, and I'm trying to be at home as much as possible today. I will go and see mum, aka Nancy, very shortly for a little bit. So I make sure that I'm with her at some part of every day. She's not going out today anyway. I'm not going out today anyway because I don't want to on a bank holiday Monday. So just a little visit. Might sort her conservatory out. And the other thing I was going to tell you about her piling up clothes in the porch, I did tell her off about that yesterday because I said, Mum, if you pile up clothes in the porch, if someone needs to come through the front door urgently, we can't get in. So you mustn't put dirty clothes or anything piled in the porch. I suspect that's why she moved them from the porch into the kitchen last week, but who knows. And I think I'm going to have to get to the point where I say to her, don't do any washing, I'll do it all. And in fact, Paul actually said it might get to the point where you just pull the plug out. Just disconnect the washing machine completely so she can't use it. That isn't going to stop her bringing clothes downstairs and making piles, or even on the bed making piles. But as I say, period of adaptation. I'm going to have one of my Mother Nature teas, I think. Let's have a nice relaxing tea. What should we have today? Let's have a look. What shall we have? Flower. Royal mint, matcha, or cardamom green tea. That's what we're having today. Yeah, I'm going to have cardamom green tea today. I've had 2 cups of coffee this morning, so I've had my coffee allowance, I would say, for the morning. So a nice cup of Mother Nature. Ooh, I haven't had this one before. Cardamom green tea. I know some of you, after last week's video, have ordered from Mother Nature. I hope you're really pleased with it because they taste, get a teaspoon, so much nicer than bagged or teas in packaging, you know, in cardboard boxes. The taste is just, oh, look, I did put it in there. The taste is just so different, refreshing, and like I said last week, like really organic. Yeah. So I'm going to let my cardamom green tea infuse for a few minutes while I put on another load of washing. And having this day off today, as I say, like I'm doing jobs and doing washing, at least I could be a little bit more up to date, and I always feel better when a little bit more up to date in the household. Oh, that's smelling nice already. That's lovely. Really lovely. I'm going to let that infuse for 5 minutes and cool down so it's drinkable. Get a bit more washing done. Not sure why Mila's chosen to sit there, but organisation is restored. I'm going to go and have a sit down now. Well, the kitchen didn't stay organised for long. The Invisible Chef is back this week with a fabulous Persian flatbread and rice with lamb and Persian okra stew. There was so much involved with this. It took over the kitchen. It's absolutely phenomenal. He did a great job. Oh, I'm so pleased he's back. We had a delicious meal. There was so much going on here I could hardly keep up because all 3 dishes were being made simultaneously, and to go ahead and also make homemade Persian flatbread at the same time I thought was brilliant. Not to mention that because Adam is home from university and Adam is a vegetarian, the Invisible Chef also did a vegetarian version of the lamb with rice, hence with no lamb in it. Everything was cooked separately, obviously with separate utensils, separate saucepans, separate bowls. So as you can imagine, it was all go. There's the basmati rice just being left in cold water for about 30 minutes. And as I say, there's so much going on here. Look, we're back to making bread. That I am going to link all of these in the description box down below for you. Very, very busy meal to make, but actually relatively straightforward. And you know what? It was well worth it because in the end, it was absolutely delicious. The inclusion of lovely ingredients like aubergines, ground turmeric, cumin seeds, coriander seeds, cardamom pods, lovely lean lamb shoulder was used and cubed. We used plum tomatoes, lots of garlic and the basmati rice obviously, sultanas and some flat leaf parsley. The funny thing though about making the barbari bread, which is Persian flatbread, is that whilst the Invisible Chef followed the ingredients and the recipe, actually not all the ingredients were listed on the recipe that he followed. So it was a bit like just, have a go really, which is what I love about these kind of dishes because you can just throw other things in if you want to. But it was actually a really, really easy bread to make. But we just, winged it really. And it turned out absolutely gorgeous. What I do know about Barbari Persian bread, it's often eaten at breakfast time. And I can see why, because this beautiful bread, if you keep it wrapped up, will still stay warm for ages, and it was lovely to have it as a sort of tear and share. All in all, absolutely gorgeous. found another bank holiday perfect job to do. You may remember this little cabinet I found in a charity shop last year, which I'm using as a little extra pantry in my kitchen. Well, of course, the invisible chef has been busy at work this week, and actually this hasn't been sorted out for quite some time, especially the top shelf where all the spices and the herbs are kept and the things that we're going to get to day. So I thought it was about time it had a bit of a sort out. That's better, still very full, but at least you can see what we've got. Happy with that. And whilst I was still in the mood to do a little bit of sorting, this was something that was well overdue. This huge basket is my current medicine box, and it lives on the top shelf in my wardrobe, and I honestly haven't looked in here for years. There were things in here from 2017, 2018. I also found something from 2012. So I purchased this off TEMU, a nice new little box in order to keep everything safe and sound. I chucked out all the old medicines, they're going off to the local pharmacy, sorted out everything that was in date and what I needed, and put it away neatly. I'm very pleased with my bank holiday jobs. Oh, I was going to show you this because this is fabric conditioner that you can put in with your washing, makes everything smell nice. But I bought you some fairy washing pods to use instead of powder.
Oh, right.
So what you do is, rather than put powder in the top, you know, put them in the freezer now.
Yeah.
You know where you put your washing in the drum?
Yeah.
You put one of those in with the washing.
Well, I know that because I've run out.
And it's easier than doing the powder.
Yeah,
So I was going to have a look at that for you.
Yeah.
And I'll put that away.
So that's all right.
There you are.
Loose women, man. Hello. That's you. There's my child.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Because everybody on YouTube has missed you. They haven't seen you recently.
God.
Oh, it's gone a bit blurry.
I'm a proper old doll now.
That's better. You're not going out much at the minute, are you?
This is the blouse I've got on.
Yes.
Yeah.
You look lovely today.
Thank you.
Have you got your proper necklace on? No.
No, I haven't done it to go. Let me see what am I
I'll
like.
go and get it for you. What else have we got in the bag? Did I buy you anything else?
No.
Put those in the freezer.
Yeah. What I do though is I take a bunch out.
Okay.
2 or 3 bunches in the bags. And put them, because I don't want, if I get them all out, it's too much.
Too much? All right then, I'll go and sort that out.
Enough for a meal. 2 or 3 bags.
Okay, put your bread back in here and I'll carry it into the kitchen all together. Okay. Nancy loves going out and has always lived for shopping, but this last couple of weeks she just hasn't wanted to, which is very unusual, but she doesn't seem too down in the dumps about it. So I've had to do a little bit of shopping for her and a few bits and pieces, a little bit more than usual around the house, but I love being in this house. Of course, this house used to be mine before it was Nancy's, and well, I know my way around the kitchen, that's for sure. So here we are, having our moment on the bed. It's Friday evening while I'm filming this, and whilst it's been a lovely week in so many ways, I've had lovely meals cooked for me, as you've seen. Adam is home from university. But this week's moment on the bed and the end of this week is ending on not so quite a positive note. For a couple of reasons. Nancy, bless her. I love her so much, and she's such a sweetheart, and we're so close. And as I said to you last week, I can see us going into a new phase, and that has been made even more obvious to me when I got home from work earlier this evening. And unfortunately, I got home to find that Nancy had a fall. And this was the thing I was dreading the most. This was the next step I didn't want to happen. Now, fortunately, she's absolutely fine, miraculously, because there is nothing to her. I think the slightest bump could break a bone with Nancy at the moment, but she's okay. She's hurt her right knee a bit, which is the knee that she's got a problem with anyway, so that's not great. A bit of arthritis in that knee. But as you know, we've been having a bit of an issue with washing. And I got home from work this evening, went straight to her. More washing was around the house. And then she burst into tears and she said, "I'm glad you're home, I've had a fall." And I could see she didn't really want to tell me. I said, "Oh no." So first of all, obviously I checked her all over, gave her a cup of tea. She wasn't particularly shaken. It was almost like she was more disappointed in herself that that had happened. So I wasn't dramatically concerned, but I was upset for her that she'd had a fall. I asked her where and when. She thought it was about an hour before I got there. She hadn't got her necklace on again, her alarm, which I keep telling her not to take off, and she doesn't remember. So I'm putting a big sign up in the lounge: do not take your necklace off. I think she's taking it off when she goes to bed, because I keep finding it by the side of the bed. She doesn't put it back on in the morning, so I've told her she must not take it off at all. She thought she'd fallen in the porch. I then looked in the porch to find the washing machine door completely off the washing machine on the floor in the porch. I was like, what the devil has actually gone on here? And things are really taking me by surprise, things that are happening and things that she's doing, or maybe that she's not doing but are just happening. So I went into the porch, and she's got like a little utility area, if you like, off the porch. So I opened the door to that to find the washing machine with no door on, and it completely snapped off. I mean, it's completely broken. But when I tried to pick the door up off the floor, it was really heavy, because it was originally an integrated machine. So I'm trying to make a short story long here, aren't I? But so it's not an average washing machine door. It's actually a really heavy one that you're supposed to bolt onto a unit. Anyway, it was really heavy, and I thought, flipping heck, if this has fallen on her foot, she would have broken her foot. Easy, no problem. I would have broken my foot. I could hardly pick it up. You know, with my back problems and everything hurting at the moment, I could hardly pick it up. So I said, okay. I said, were you trying to open the washing machine and the door has come off and you've fallen? Yes, I think that's what happened, she said. I said, well, did that make you fall backwards? And she went, no, I fell forwards onto my knees. I cannot work out how she fell forwards unless she got washing in her hand, and what she's done is she's tripped, fallen down, and as she's fallen down, she's kind of gone to grab onto the washing machine and she's pulled the door off. I'm never going to know, really. But that's what I think might have happened. So that was a bit of drama. And more than anything, when I realised she was okay, although she has got a bit of a swelling on her knee, I'll keep an eye on her over the next 24 hours, I was more upset for her than scared or worried. But we had a big conversation about her keeping her alarm on. It's a miracle she got up. She said it was really difficult for her to get up, and normally she can't get up on her own. And it's that point that you need that alarm to press if you're stuck. You know, if she couldn't get up, she wouldn't have been stuck there very long, because I would have turned up. But that's regardless, needless to say. I'm going on holiday soon, and the worry that I'm starting to feel about leaving her is making me really upset. And like I say, it's just a new phase that we're going through, and it's really hard.
It's really hard and upsetting, and it's upsetting for her, it's upsetting for me. And I've had some very low moments this week thinking about where we're at and trying not to think about where the future's going to take us with this. And I've woken up a couple of times feeling really sad, and you know I'm not going to have mom forever. I know that regardless of the disease she's got, she's 94, she's not going to be with me forever, and it's making me really sad, really sad. And I need to kind of rein that in and concentrate on the minute, on the present moment, and just do what I can do. And I wish I wasn't in so much pain myself. This is a right old whinge of a moment on the bed, isn't it? I'm having a good old whinge, word of the week, whinge. I wish I wasn't in so much pain myself, because I just feel as if I could do so much more for her if I wasn't in pain and wasn't so tired all the time. This week my pain level has been horrific, which is another story, horrific. And I've had very little sleep at night, and all these medications that I'm taking are not touching the pain at all, which can't be right. And I've now got pain in my right shoulder, my right arm, my back, my right hip, my leg is terrible, my lower leg, my ankles. So I have contacted my doctor today and said, I'm not happy about this. I want some further investigation. This just doesn't seem right. My physio doesn't start till the 10th of September. I'm supposed to be going on holiday on the 15th. So I said, you know what? I want a bit of an MOT. I want some more blood tests. I want to be tested for fibromyalgia, which I'm thinking it could be. And I just want a good old MOT, because that MRI scan I had done on the 14th of June was my lower back, my right hip and my right thigh. It was nowhere else. Plus everything has got a lot worse since that MRI was done. And I don't know, it's not feeling right at the moment. It's not feeling right, but I just wish I was comfortable enough, even if I'm full of medication for the time being. I just want to feel a bit pain-free at some point of the day, because I really feel that Nancy needs me more than ever, and I want to be with her more than ever, and I want to be with her more. I think time is of the essence, and she would benefit from it, and I know I certainly would on a completely selfish level. I want to be with her as much as possible, but we can't do the impossible, can we? And I don't want to burn myself out here. And hopefully, if I've got people in place for that week I'm away, if she can just stay well for a week while I'm away, I think that holiday is going to be really beneficial to me. And I think it's needed now, and hopefully that will help me bounce back and give her all the attention that she deserves and needs right now. Thank you so much for all your kind wishes that you always send to me and to Nancy. I read them all out to her and she loves it. And I know she's not very present visually on camera at the moment. We may need to try and up that a little bit if we can. But she's very, very grateful always, as I am, for all your lovely comments. She loves it. She sits and watches a church service on a Sunday morning on her television, which is through YouTube. And as soon as she's watched that, she then watches my video. But Mass has to come first, of course. And then she watches my video and she loves it. And she loves me to read all the comments out to her, which I do sort of at the start of the week. And she loves it, and she's very, as I say, she's very, very grateful. Thank you for being here, as always, my friend, my friends, my people to chat to. And I know that you love chatting to me too, and please do. I'm here for a good old chinwag anytime you like. And until next Sunday, stay safe, stay in the boat, and keep doing all things good. And I'll see you next Sunday. Take care. Bye. Bye.